Shut up, Jardin!
Welcome back to Frequently Urgent Side Questing. This is part 2 of No Silent Secret. We are going to go through and introduce our players once more, just for a refresher. Jardin.
Hi, I'm Jardin. I'm playing Rigby, who is an arcane trickster rogue.
Hello, I'm Stacy. I'm playing Bird, Tabaxi Ranger.
Jeffrey playing Doffy, Kobold.
I knew that was going to happen. I'm Quincy. I'm playing Kaine, the Warlock mess that he is.
And in case it wasn't obvious, I am Kail, playing your Dungeon Master today. And I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of where we were last time. So on our quick little side quest, our questers were talking to the sage Kia. They brought her the golden Mask of Varyas that was etched with weird runic symbols they couldn't quite make out. They went deep down into a dungeon to the 906th door, to be exact. Discover that there was in fact a legendary tomb called the Court of Orestes that seems to be the source of where they can find the answers to translate these inscriptions on these masks. And yeah, Kia gave them a magical map that seemed to highlight the area they needed to go near the Kachtan Mountains. And it had little feet prints leading them to it. Looks like it's about a 3-day excursion, although the dungeon has so kindly offered to drop you off closer. The dungeon also really wanted you to fight the dungeon.
And if I remember correctly, last time we said that dungeon can fuck right off.
Yes, you did. So, since you didn't take the dungeon's offer, it looks like you are going to have to go back up to the surface and beat feet for 3 days in order to get to the Court of Orestes.
Well, I also happen to know a dandy little man called Borton Battleborn who owns a skyship.
Yes.
So, we should totally go talk to that guy. But
Right.
I think we were getting lunch first.
Yeah, I think you guys were.
We technically ate.
No, that was like just like checking out the city, street food. You know, Bird got a giant bird horn made out of crystal.
Yeah,
I think you got an eye or something from an old lady, something like that. And then Doffy, weren't you like lying to people?
Yeah, the city of Polis, where you are, trades all of their goods in knowledge. So I do believe Doffy was going around giving false knowledge as his currency.
Shit, yo. What a racket.
What a racket.
All right, what are our questers doing?
Well, after lunch, I think Rigby's gonna try and take everyone down or up to the docks. I'm not sure they're skyships, so I'm assuming they might be up, but I don't know exactly.
We also don't know where they are.
Yeah, no idea. I mean, I'll ask around. Do I have to? Would you like me to make a check for that, or
Sure, yeah.
what would you like me to roll for that?
Let's see here.
Intimidation. No.
Intimidation. I grab somebody and make an intimidation check on them.
Investigation.
Yeah, just make an investigation check.
You got it. Oh, I'm so good at that. 22!
Okay, yeah, that's really good. So you stop a nearby dwarf who
Excuse me, do you know the Battleborns, perhaps?
he gives you kind of like a really surprised look, and he's like, "Of course I know the Battleborns. Who doesn't know the Battleborns? You see those things in the sky? They's the ones that made them."
Oh, I thought he just made one. I didn't realize they made all of them. That's amazing.
Yes, all of them. All of them.
It's kind of
Exclusive
weird.
rights.
Okay.
He looks
It's
very,
copyright.
very upset about that.
I see. Okay. And I asked him to point me in the direction of where the docks are and where I can find him.
He goes, "Where does anybody find the docks?" And he like points up, because you guys are in front of the giant library, and all the way up to the tower are a bunch of where the ships are docking.
Oh my god.
Wait, like at the top of the library?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's space efficient.
I say thank you very much for the knowledge. Also, your shoes are untied. I did that with my mage hand. And I go back into the building.
He goes, "Oh, thank you for the tip." He
You're
goes
welcome.
to tie his boots back up.
It's a tip, you guys.
Yeah, it's a tip. Get it?
Knowledge is money.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, God.
I figured I'd repay him with knowledge.
No, I meant no. I got what you were doing.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you guys look over to the tower, and I'm sure you're all wondering, well, how the fuck do we get back up there? But conveniently for all of you, it looks like there is a giant-ass freight elevator going
Oh,
up
thank
and down the side of the giant library tower.
I thought you were gonna say that there was a huge ass fucking staircase that just went up forever, and I really didn't want to climb that because that sounds awful.
Rigby looks at the group and goes, "Does anyone want to race to the top?"
No.
I mean, it's an elevator. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to race with an elevator because it's just gonna go at the same speed, no matter what. You know, like
They could try and climb to the top of the elevator.
Rigby casts spider climb on himself and sprints away.
I mean, okay. Well, I'm gonna take the elevator, I think. So, have fun. Don't fall.
He yells back, "I have featherfall!"
That's not a guarantee.
Conductor on your elevator kind of like gives you kind of a strange look as he eyes Rigby running up the side of the building, and goes, "I heard him say something about a race.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Do you need to get up to the docks like now? Are your ship's about to board or something?"
I mean, well,
Yes.
I guess so. I mean, it's not like critical
No,
that we get there in the next like 30 seconds, but you know, it's.
I mean, if you need to go, like, I'll put this in hyperdrive.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
Okay. He
sure.
starts to,
Are
like,
there
crank a
seatbelts?
bunch of different like wheels and stuff like that on the elevator, and tells you to hold on to your butts.
Oh God.
And like buckles himself into the side panel and like hits a lever, and like you guys suddenly like shoot up like really intensely to the point where like if none of you were actually how about everybody make me a dex check. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Saving throw or just a dex check?
That's just a dex check. Just
5. I fall out of the elevator.
I got a 19. Can I help Bird?
Doffy?
15.
Okay. So Doffy and Kaine, you managed to brace yourselves as this elevator like shoots up like wicked fast. Bird, you trip and you land flat like cartoon style on the floor of this elevator as you guys are speeding up to the docks. Rigby, you are running your little hearts out and you think you're gonna make it, and then suddenly this giant freight train pretty much comes shooting past you. You can feel the hair on your head just whip back
Oh my gosh.
as it passes you.
Of course. Fuck.
You're
All right.
looting.
Just shotgun.
Yeah.
That's all you hear.
Anyway, so as you guys are approaching the top of the dock, the attendant says, brace yourself again. We haven't figured out the brakes quite yet.
What?
And just
No,
like
I am-
hard,
I'm
like you know, when a
dead.
train suddenly hits the brakes and everybody kind of goes as it comes skittering to the hull. Thankfully, there is a ceiling to this elevator, and you know you're fairly enclosed, so everybody kind of suddenly jolts. And Bird, you actually feel yourself come off of the floor a little bit as
I don't
you
like that.
kind of get shot punted for a bit until you come to a hard
I
slam back onto
I
that
don't like
floor.
that. No.
Um,
If there are stairs, I will take them back down.
he goes, yeah, it's much easier stopping up than going down for some reason. Sometimes we hit down and the ground's just a little too firm.
I'm
But here
definitely
you are. Hope you
taking
catch
the
your
stairs.
ship out.
You're a gentleman scholar.
Thank you. I do try. I have actually a scholar level 3.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's very impressive, I think. I don't
Yeah, my
actually
dream
know
is to
this.
become a master scholar someday. But, you know, that's like 27 more levels from now.
How long
Well,
does it take me to get to the top?
Keep working hard.
You take like another 3 minutes after them and you get
Oh,
there.
fuck me. Okay. Rigby reaches the top and he is so out of breath. He's just like, oh my god. And he walks over to the elevator attendant person and he's just like, it's nice to meet a worthy opponent. And he shakes his hand and he gives him a quick lesson on how to pickpocket somebody as like a reward for beating him.
He's very excited to learn this skill.
Planning on
He thinks it
pickpocketing
might come
someone.
in handy someday.
Nice. Okay.
All right, so you guys make it up to the docks above the towers, and what you see before you is this kind of weird circular setup with a bunch of like workshops. There doesn't seem to be any like capitalistic type shops or anything like that up here. It's literally all just like workshops for the ships and like basic necessities. So everything else is just like freight coming in and out, their warehouses and that kind of thing. There seems to be about 16 or so docks in various different sizes with different types of flying ships coming in and out. Some of them look like giant freight runners, and others seem to be like smaller, maybe like 30 crew type or 30 precinct type cruise ships. You don't really see anything as small as what Battleborn described to you originally. But you know, they do come in various sizes here.
Okay. Well, I gotta find Borden. We gotta talk.
So you hear the hollerings and different sounds of crews being worked on. And you notice around all of the ships that have their names on them, there seems to be like what looks like a dual-crossed hammer and an anvil stamped next to each one of the names. And probably your best guess is that's probably the symbol of the Battleborns, and there's a bunch of shops and whatnot with that same symbol around them. So you'll probably be able to find him fairly easily.
Okay, cool. And I give everyone a rundown of what he looks like just so we can have more eyes searching.
Yeah.
What does he look like? I don't remember.
I'm gonna move my mouth and Kail, you give a description.
All right, so Borden Battleborn is actually a really clean-shaven dwarf. Like his beard is like super close edge cropped, but he's got like really unruly hair, as if he's been like kind of pulling at it, like trying to think about things. And he's got round glasses that are actually cracked. Like he's taken them off and like maybe smashed them against something so many times, but then he put them back on his face. So he looks like this very eccentric looking young dwarf.
That's what he looks like.
A batch of dwarf.
Yeah, pretty much like Bible
Okay.
Fat, but as a dwarf.
All right. Well, anybody seen this guy? Glasses, they're broken. Also, he doesn't have a beard, I guess. Battleborn's got the ship thing.
Like
I don't
three
know,
people
Rigby,
around
what
you,
does it
like,
look like? What does
stop
the
at
ship
the
look
mention of a Battleborn, and they're like, everybody knows the Battleborns. Like,
Okay,
duh.
great. But like, I'm looking for this specific one.
His name's Borton.
Borton.
Oh, that one, that Battleborn.
Oh,
Got-
he's not the popular one.
Gotcha. I don't know why you want to find him, but if you go to the side of the docks that's kind of covered in shadows and maybe doesn't look as nice as the rest of this,
Yeah, sure.
you might find him over there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
That's so mean. Is he like the black sheep of the Battleborns?
Apparently. Okay,
Alright,
well, I'm
well.
gonna start walking over there.
All right, so you guys go over to where that individual pointed you off towards, and you see, like, somehow it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but somehow the sun just never hits on this side of the tower. It's really strange. It just kind of always is covered in this keen kind of shadow. And yeah, the warehouse here doesn't look as put together or as in repair as all the others. It still does say it's a Battleborn workshop, but maybe you get the feeling that like Borton's probably not in the greatest of standing with his family, probably due to his eccentricness.
Gotcha. Okay. Walk in, just kind of call out to the room.
Sure, yeah. You open the door, and as soon as you open the door, like the little bell tinkles, and it sounds like maybe it's covered in a good bit of dust because it doesn't tinkle very loudly.
Got it. A muffled bell.
Yeah, muffled bell chime. Tink, 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 tink.
Borton, are you in here?
You hear a loud thud coming from the back of the workshop, and a lot of cursing, lots of crashing sounds, and suddenly the dwarf pops out from the door. It looks like maybe there's a little office off to the side, and like just kind of flops out of there in a loud big dust cloud.
Okay.
He sits there for like a minute on his face, and then pops back up. And he goes, I'm Borton. I'm Borton. What can I do for you? Oh, it's you, the one I told about the thing. And he kind of gets really excited, and dusts himself off. And he goes, yes. What can I do for you? What was your name again?
The name's Rigby, and I brought my friends to test out your invention.
Yes.
Hello.
I've been looking for some adventurers, if you will, that are willing to help me with a little bit of a test drive.
Well, we're those adventurers. We need to go to a place called the Kahatan Mountains. the Cachatans.
The Catch
Something
10
like
Mountains.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit away. Yes, you will definitely need a speedy mount. Shifty eyes.
Yes.
Okay. So he takes you over to the back of his workshop where, like something the size of a van pretty much is covered underneath a giant tarp. And he goes, this is my latest invention. And he like dramatically pulls the tarp off with a flourish of dust. And underneath it is a small, unassuming boat with a tiny sail.
Okay.
And at first, you guys aren't very impressed, and he's like kind of unsure why. And he goes, listen. I know it's not as impressive as all those other big flying ships, but this is the way of the future. Single teams can take the vehicle and traverse over the skies much quicker than if you were taking freight with you. Who needs to fly across the country in rapid speed with freight? It's still going to take you just as long.
What about one
Not-
day
Not this guy.
Not this guy, exactly. This goes 30 miles an hour in the air.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
You can feel
how-
the wind blowing through your beard.
The beard that you don't have.
Yes, well, it kind of, it gets caught in things, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, sure. Yeah. Like the wind, I guess.
Like gears, I guess.
Well, okay. I was doing a thing because you said with the. Never mind.
Does Kaine have a beard?
Does Kaine have a beard?
No.
No.
Okay, all right. Just curious.
Anyways, he's very excited, and he brings you guys over to the unassuming ship. And as you guys get closer and you look inside the boat, it's really not that much tall. It's probably on the stilts it's on. Probably comes up to probably like to the chest level of a decent sized human.
Mm.
So it's not very big. Like I said, it's the size of about a van, with a small single sail.
Okay.
But it's got some sort of like weird contraption where the steering would be. And it's actually like a type of magical steam engine.
Okay. Rigby looks at it and he goes, "So, what does this baby run on? We talking elementals? We talking arcane energy? Talking crystals? What's inside that?"
He goes, yes, this is the real secret to this one. All the rest of them run off of different type of mana energy and whatnot. Too expensive. Have to have a bunch of mages on board in order to make the damn thing even float. This, however, runs on elemental cores.
Rigby has no idea what he's saying, but he's just kind of nodding in agreement, just like, yeah, that seems like a great thing to put in there.
Okay, so have you ever taken an air elemental and taken all the little bits that fall off of it after you kill it?
Personally, no, because the last time we fought one, I got blasted off of a cliff, which is why I now have the spell Slowfall.
Fair. Okay, well anyways, air elementals have these amazing little compact cores in them. They don't always happen to fall off of a air elemental, but when you do find them, they come out in these little tiny crystal balls, and he pulls out like a pouch what looks like marbles almost.
Ooh, okay.
And the marbles are all different sizes. Some about yay big, and others like maybe the size of a dime or something like that. And he goes, so what you do is you take a bunch of these and you put them in here, and he shows you the little tank engine at the back, and he unscrews it and he fills them up with all the marbles. And there's a little glass viewing screen so you can see how many marbles you've got in your tank. He screws the tank back on, and he goes, and then you flip this switch here, and he turns the ignition on, and doesn't turn on right away. He goes, hold on, let me, and he kind of toggles the switch back and forth, and you kind of hear like when a car's trying to turn over, and he bangs on the tankard, and then it goes and starts up like an old jalopy.
That's awesome.
And like there's like this weird heating elemental thing that happens, and it starts to produce steam. And you just hear like this soft puff, 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 puff. And it's actually surprisingly quiet after a while, after it settles, the engine's on. And you just see the boat starting to like slowly hover off of its little docking bay. And
That's awesome.
he shows you where the captain's chair is, which is towards the back. And if you get in it, that's a little bit of metagaming here. It kind of has a similar setup to like a speedboat.
Okay. I've never driven one,
So it's
but
got,
I can
it's got
assume.
it's got the driver's chair, it's got your little wheel,
Yeah.
and it's got your, your pedals to go forward and only one to go backwards. So,
Gotcha.
it's just a little clutch that kind of goes back and forth to like determine your speed or if you're going faster and slower. And then there's a separate lever that just goes once or twice down with a knob. That kind of helps to where your elevation is supposed to be. So you can turn it one direction or the other to start giving yourself more or less elevation.
Okay.
So the whole time all of this has been happening, Kaine has just been standing there with a really, like, concentrated look on his face. And he turns to Rigby and says, if someone cast haste on you, you could run faster than this thing can fly. Just so you know.
Yes.
And then he turns to the dwarf and goes, have you considered that because your family has a monopoly on this knowledge and your society runs on knowledge, that keeping that knowledge to yourself is a heresy?
Well, sure, but semantics.
That's all I care about. All right, we can go.
Kaine's so nice.
Anyways, so he tells you that his family doesn't think this is a viable solution for the future, because they're not very cheap to make, and obviously the air elemental cores are not very easy to find. So
I feel like all things considered, if you have to pay a whole fucking crew of magicians just to get the thing off the ground, it kind of evens out in the end.
well, that's what I said. And this seems more likely for groups of adventurers who, just want to go to a dungeon and take their loot back with them. Why do you need to hire a whole 30-man crew just to drop you off?
So you could probably set up a teleportation circle to somewhere in the elemental plane, I don't know, and then you just go in anytime you need to get some little marbles and, come back with a bag.
I just go down to the dungeon. The dungeon's fairly reasonable.
Oh,
What it
yeah,
wants.
that's probably faster.
Rigby's just like, Bird, didn't we... Okay, remember that time we were in that volcano, and there was the fire elementals, and those little marbles fell out of it?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. And so he goes to the bag of holding, he just shoves his arm in there, and he pulls out one tiny little one, and he's just like, what if we mixed fire and air elemental energy in it?
He kind of strokes his non-existent beard and goes, I haven't really done anything other than the wind and water, but maybe we could try fire out for a little bit. So he takes it out of your hand and goes, and just shoves it into the tank. Just to see. But as he does that and closes the tankard, he beelines away from the ship, by the way, and there's a little setup for a barrier.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, are we?
Sandbags and whatnot. And he dives behind the sandbags and takes cover. Can everybody?
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Let's see here. Just make a dex check for me again.
Just a regular dex check again.
Just a regular dex check. Yeah.
10.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
20, flat 20 for me, but not natural.
Jeffrey?
10.
Awesome. Okay. Luckily for all of you, nothing explodes. But
That's good.
Bird, you like backflip away from this this ship as suddenly through the exhaust, instead of the soft air that was coming out of it, suddenly like a turbo spaceship type thing, like fire just starts shooting out the engine, and the ship freaking takes off from its launching point.
We have hyperdrive now, I guess.
And Rigby, you like gloriously dodge out of the way, and Doffy, you manage to like flatten yourself before this thing runs you down, and
Wait, but we need
Kaine,
that though.
you just like step out of the way, like nonchalantly. And this ship like plows through the walls of the workshop and starts to shoot out of the workshop.
Oh god,
And
oh god.
thankfully is anchored to the floor.
Thank goodness. Thank
I was
goodness.
getting ready to chase it.
Rigby was like ready to run and jump out of the building.
So with a hard lurch, as you guys feel the planks of the floor and everything like that kind of like heave a little bit, the ship like starts to stop and slow down again as the fire elemental marble is used up, and then proceeds to keep floating. So Borton jumps out from behind his bear and he goes, "Ha ha! That was so grand! I wasn't sure if it was gonna explode or not, but instead it just made it go faster!"
Yeah, seems like it might be good in a tense situation where you need to get away quicker.
Yes! I wonder how sustainable that is. Gosh. And he goes over to like reel the boat back in, like heaving with these giant muscular dwarf arms as he reels this boat back to its loading dock and starts to inspect the engine for any damages.
So, Borton, how soon do you think we can take this to test it out?
Oh, we can do it right now.
Sweet. We had lunch and we're ready to go.
Excellent. So am I. And he like goes back into his office and pulls out this like giant adventurer's kit.
Oh, you're coming with us.
He's just been sitting there.
He's been waiting for a moment.
Yeah.
And the moment arrived.
And yeah, he looks at you. He goes, "Well, of course you're gonna need a pilot. I gotta show you how to drive this thing."
It's true. None of us are licensed. That's true.
I mean, it seems pretty simple. It's like a wheel and some pedals and then a lever, and you know.
It'd be
But
fine.
So,
you know, I'm sure you know better. It's fine.
Kaine, you've got the map, right?
No, I thought you had it.
Oh, I have the map? Okay. I take out the map and I think
Kaine has it.
So Kaine says that. Rigby goes to dig through his bag and just like unloads his entire bag but can't find it. He goes, "Oh no, did I lose it?"
Kaine dropped
Fuck.
it. Like kind of behind him.
Oh, okay. And then he's just like, "Oh, here it is." And so he thinks real hard about where he wants to go with those mountains, and I think it like makes the scene, right?
Yes. If you think about where you want to go, it shows you on the map.
And Rigby just points and he goes, "We need to go there."
Borton kind of takes the map from me and shoves his whole face in it and goes, "Uh-huh. All right, I got it." And he gives you back the map, and like kind of has to heave-ho himself into the boat, and he goes, "All aboard!" No, really,
Yes.
get on.
Well, okay, all right. Climb into this boat. Are there like seats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there seat belts?
I was also going to ask that
There's
question.
There's
Okay, well, I am going to hold on to this rope very tightly.
Yeah. Well, there's like rope you can like tie yourself into the seat if you want. And like underneath all the seats, there seems to be like enough space to like put an adventurer pack and some basic gear and stuff like that. And the inside's got space for you can put your sleep rolls, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Cool. Doffy, do you need help up?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Rigby
say
just
this
picks
as
him up.
I'm holding my ass specifically. Put on your butt, they say.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for this. Go ahead, man.
Okay, so everybody's inside the ship now, and the closest one towards the back of the boat. Who is there? Nick, next to the engine.
Probably Kaine.
Okay, so Kaine, you're on the left back side of the boat, and Borton is on the right back side of the boat because that's where the driver's seat is for whatever reason. And he goes, "Okay, on the count of 3, I want you to lift that latch. That's the anchor." And you can feel him kind of like revving up the boat. He goes 1, 2, 3, and has Kaine lift the latch to unanchor them. And you guys expect like some sort of dramatic lurch, but instead it goes, it just kind of floats a little higher. And he goes, "Aha! We're airborne." And just slowly starts to putt its way out of the warehouse. And instead of using the actual door, he's just decided to use the hole that he's already punched into the into the building.
Nice.
So yeah, it just takes you very slowly as if you're kind of going down like a nice little river out of the warehouse and towards the actual docks. You guys aren't very far off of the ground right now. You're maybe like 2 feet off of the ground right now, and like people are kind of staring at you funny as you just.
We're at the top of it.
Yeah, but the floor, I guess, of the docks area. Anyway, so people are kind of like watching you guys as you're just slowly putting your way towards the edge of the tower. And you're almost getting a little nervous, not sure if this thing will actually keep its momentum in the air or not. And slowly,
We're in the nowhere zone.
yeah, exactly. And as soon as you crest over the edge of the tower, you guys drop. And you
We
keep
just invented
dropping.
roller coasters.
Yeah. And the boat just goes, starts to drop. You guys feel that sensation in your gut when it starts to roll. And Borton goes, "Oh, come on now," and starts to like rev it a little more. And he goes, "God damn this thing." Kicks the engine with his foot from the side, and it just flares back up, and you guys start to ascend, and goes, "Woo!" And so he goes, "Okay, all full speed ahead now that we're in the air." And he like lurches it into overdrive, and you guys start going your full 30 miles an hour. Feel the wind fluttering in your hair and or beards.
Nice.
And you guys are off.
Woo!
There's a couple people you hear on the docks that are kind of shout out in surprise at this little tiny thing that just shot off, but seems to stay up in the air. They were not expecting that.
Yeah. Take
How
that.
high up are
skeptics.
we?
I would say the tower's got like 60 floors, so all the way up there.
That's a 600-foot drop. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Looks really cool.
I fucking
from up
ran up a
here.
600-foot tower.
You did. You did not even hesitate.
No, I did. Okay, alright.
All
Cool,
right.
cool.
So you guys are on your way. You can see the mountains in the distance. There's, the beautiful sunshine is in the air. You can see like all the low-hanging clouds. You see flocks of different types of birds passing you by. You hear different types of weird geese honking at you. In fact, you kind of hear some like unique bird sounds that you heard earlier in the marketplace where the guy was selling you the bird whistles. You hear all those types of unique little bird sounds coming from these clusters. And they're kind of soothing as Borton just leads you on straight towards the mountains. And he goes, I reckon we should make it in about 6 hours.
That's way better than 3 days.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the 3 days is because there's a lot of uphills and roundabout trails and whatnot. If you cut straight through, if they would just build a damn road, you could probably be there in the late afternoon.
Oh, wow. I mean, why do you
Okay.
need roads if you have skyships? But,
That's true. But a lot of two-leggers still like to walk. It's annoying.
Did you say two-leggers?
Yeah, spending too much time in the damn dungeon. Rubs off on you after a while. Makes a fair point sometimes.
I think that Kaine had realized that he's afraid of heights. But as soon as he heard that, he got so annoyed that he forgot how high up we are.
And then, as you guys are on your way, Borton just tells you pretty much his entire life story about how his father never really listened to him or his creative ideas because his father was all about tradition, even though the real way of knowledge is to go forward with unique thoughts and processes, and how he discovered the lower dungeons, and the dungeons always gave him what he wanted as long as he listened, because the dungeon was just really lonely and also maybe wanted to kill him. Yeah.
that
There's 6
dungeon
hours of
developed
that.
weird codependent relationships of maybe murder.
Yeah.
I'm
So
making
pretty much
weird
Borton goes
noises.
into the dungeon, tells the dungeon, hey, I need air elemental stuff. And he goes, cool, here's like 700 of them that want to kill you. Survive and you'll get them. Also, let me tell you about how bad it is to be a dungeon.
Oh my gosh, that stupid dungeon.
Are you saying that Borton is really strong?
Probably.
Hell
He's
yeah.
also really cracked.
What level scholar are you?
Oh, I don't partake in that anymore. 29.
Love it.
I mean, you're not at 30 yet, so.
That's true. He says it very aggressively. He goes, I can't become a level 30 scholar until the council decides it's okay to take my exam.
Rigby just kind of like perks up at that and he goes, is your dad on the council?
He sure is.
Yep. And then he just goes back to laying in the boat. Rigby's just like, I know all about terrible father figures. Fucking dictator.
Tell me
Stop
about
clearing
it,
your
says
throat,
Borton.
Rigby.
Yeah, I think Rigby and Borton have like a good heart-to-heart because Rigby's dad was like some dictator in a really aggressive expansionist kingdom, and
Okay.
that's why Rigby left, because he was being groomed to be this like bloodthirsty king, and he's like, I don't want this.
Makes sense. So as you guys near the mountains, you can kind of feel the cold from the coming off of the mountaintops, the snowy bits. One thing you guys hadn't really accounted for though was all the bugs. They just kind of fly in your teeth sometimes. Occasionally poke you in the eye as you're going through.
Nasty.
Borden tells you regretfully that he forgot the goggles. You should have remembered those.
What if you had goggles for the boat?
Ooh, that's a clever idea. How would I shape that? And so he starts to think. But as he starts to think, he starts to lose focus on driving the boat, and so you guys start to slowly veer and dip down.
Hey, Borton, we need to go that way, not the way that we're going.
What? Oh, yes. And he sharp turns the boat back towards the direction you're supposed to be going. Giving everybody a good jostle. If you weren't awake before, you certainly are now. Anyways, so you guys start to descend, and you come across the river she was talking about, the Castanos River, right next to the mountains, and you see that it's not really much of a river now. It seems to be kind of choked dry. It's more like a stream at this point. Which she did tell you that the earthquake had caused some things to get jostled and the river to be blocked, and a lot of the farming villages and stuff like that near the river were kind of suffering because their water source was starting to deplete. So you can see the choke point on the river.
That's too bad.
Well, that seems to be the place. So now we gotta find this Court of Orestes thing.
Borton tells you, I have no idea what that's called, but I'll be dropping you near here, and starts to descend towards the base of where the mountain and the river meet, which is where it looks like the biggest blockage has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Have you figured out breaks yet?
Breaks? Yeah, of course. And he puts the boat kind of in reverse as it's descending, which kind of starts to you guys end up dropping in short increments, a couple little feet at a time, little bursts as you descend down, until you get to a soft point where it's just kind of hovering over the ground.
Very cool.
You know what you should do? Is try and make one of these that does what the freight elevator does, except for better. Beat them at their own game, and then do whatever you want.
I mean, sure. That's always the plan. To be the best. Which is why this nifty fire elemental thing you showed me earlier is gonna definitely be incorporated into future productions.
Well, always happy to be of service, and I do expect a 2% royalty. Anyway, and Rigby hops out of the boat.
Alright. So everybody starts to clamber out of the boat. Borton asks you guys if you know how long you're going to be, if you should stick around or if you should head back towards the city.
We're dead.
That's fair.
Yeah, Rigby's just like, I don't know, something about a dark god, maybe something called Phanex, most likely going to our certain doom. So yeah, what he said, and points at Kaine.
How do you
I
take
mean, I
this
hope
back?
we're not going towards a certain doom.
I don't know. Only level 30 scholars have ever taken the test before. It's very hush-hush.
I sense another side quest.
Alright, we can get that later. Getting him to level 30.
Anyways, Borton tells you he'll be back this time tomorrow and every day for the next 3 days. If you agree to take a survey for him that tells him about your flight experience and all the lovely things that an adventurer would like to see on future models of this particular ship.
We'll give you stars on Yelp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
5
hands each
stars,
of you a little
Fantasy
pamphlet.
Yelp.
Before he flies away, Rigby kind of climbs up onto the boat again, and he's just like, hold on a minute. Do you have any more of those air elemental things? What happens when they break?
Well, they kind of implode.
So they pull things into that point.
Yes.
Can I get 3 of those?
Sure, why not? He sticks his whole hand into the
into the engine
tankard
thing.
and kind of rustles around. He goes, "Oh, damn it, it bit me!" And pulls one out, a couple out, and hands you a couple.
Sweet. All right. Thank you.
And he goes, "No, thank you," and starts flying away.
I'm gonna add that to my equipment.
Into the depths.
Hey, you get off that. Okay.
I open up the map, very Dora the Explorer style, and I'm just like, map, map, map. Where is the tomb? And hopefully it shows me where it needs to go.
Alrighty. So, yes, you start to think about the Court of Orestes, and like the map kind of like starts to zoom in to your like location. It starts doing like almost like a mini map type ideal situation. You see where you guys are all standing on there, and there's little like footprint kind of like pitter pattering back and forth, being like, where do I go? Where do I go? It points you to like this little pathway in between the mountains that like you wouldn't be able to see from anywhere else unless you were at the foot of the mountains. It's a very thin, very narrow walkway. And on the map, it shows like it actually shows you going between mountains because there's no way for the map to zoom in any closer than that. And on the opposite side, it's like a gray misted area. Like you can't see it. Like it's covered on the map.
We've reached the edge.
You've reached the edge of the map.
Do you think we'll be able to see what's there once we get closer?
I don't know, maybe.
What do you think our reveal rate is?
I don't know. Nobody understands the algorithm.
Yeah. Rigby's just like, all right, we're going that way, I think. And just kind of like turns a couple times. He's like, okay, yeah, definitely that way.
All right. So you guys start to traverse between the two mountains. And it's not a very big pathway. It's probably like you could stand two abreast, and that's about it. Like it's very thin. You can hear the wind kind of running through the mountains as you walk on, and it kind of curves a little bit one way and curves a little bit the other way. So you can't see any straight through your path. You do feel yourself start to descend a little bit as you guys walk through the mountains. And you start to hear the trickling of water as you guys come towards the end of your path. Thank you. And as you guys come towards the end of the pass, you see the map couldn't show you beyond like the fogginess, because above you is nothing but fog, but directly in front of you is a small valley with a sculpted statue of a head weeping into a pond. So that's where you hear the water source from.
It's kind of a weird statue.
Make a history check.
Ooh, pretty good. Sorry, I accidentally closed it. Every single time we play, it's like I'm learning how to use this all over again. History?
History.
18.
Excellent. Alrighty. Do you want me to just tell you this out loud then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you recognize this as the fabled pools of Lith. The tales tell that the pool's sweet blue waters grant visions of the drinker's deepest desires and sometimes even fulfill said desires.
I
Do you tell the party this?
do not.
Of course you don't.
I mean, that's probably the safer
this
choice.
looks like the bluest water you've ever seen. Like, specifically, like, really blue water.
Like, what do you mean really blue? Like, kind of fake blue? Like, it doesn't look like real water?
Like, you know, like the waters in the tropics where it looks weirdly clear but super blue. Like that. Which is really strange to see in the mountains.
Huh.
Also,
like
even though you hear the splashing of water from the tears coming out of the statue, you notice they don't make any ripples in the water.
Oh, that's unsettling. It's like a laminar flow.
Weird.
Straight into the I don't know who that woman is, but she must be real sad.
Why?
Is there anything in the pool?
You go over to the edge, and you see like the tiniest little like fish, and all of the fish are like circling each other, like in Avatar when the two fish like circle each other constantly. Like each pair is constantly doing that. So there's a whole bunch of them in the water doing that.
Do I know anything about bad things that might happen if I screw with this?
As far as you know, no. It's just all like the whole "be careful what you wish for" type thing.
I'm gonna
Found.
dip my water skin into the pool. Like I'm very casually just refilling my canteen.
Rigby's standing next to Bird, like, I don't think that's a good idea.
I kind of want to poke a fish.
Okay, so you refill your water skin.
Rigby hands his new rapier over to Bird, like, I don't know, here, try and get one.
I mean, I don't know if I want to like kill a fish. I don't know. I just think it's weird.
Oh, you don't want to eat it. You just want, okay.
No,
My
I mean, I would also eat the fish, but that's,
When I touch the water,
I don't think we really have
does
time.
it have any effect on the fish?
No, the fish just keep swimming.
Just keep.
They seem to be farther down than if you would just stick your hand in there. Like the fish look really small, but you have this strange sensation that this pond is actually really deep.
If only we had a wizard to push in here.
In fact, we do.
I'm never gonna live that down.
If Kadira didn't do it, Garm was gonna do it.
You guys are sociopaths.
He didn't die.
You didn't know that?
All right.
He didn't die. It's fine.
Anybody else gonna take a shot at this magical pool of water? It seems really serene in this little valley, by the way. It's just so
Does it-
peaceful here.
Are there? I don't. Okay.
Okay, I'm
Does it
I'm
feel
struggling
fake
with this.
peaceful? Does it feel secret evil peaceful?
Why don't you make an inside check on the valley?
Okay.
Because, like, Rigby's, like, pretty smart, but he's not the wisest person. So he's just like,
That's a nat 20. Plus 5.
Damn.
Excellent. Okay, you understand that this valley is hidden and shrouded because it is the most pure place on this planet. This little valley needs to be protected at all costs because it is just so peaceful and pure.
I stick my arm in the pond.
It feels
I just-
really cool and refreshing, and
I
it
just-
just feels like you could be happy here.
I can't touch a fish, can I? They're too
No,
far
the
away.
fish are way down. Like you keep reaching for the fish, and it just, they just
That
keep
makes
doing
me-
their thing.
Kind of sad.
so this is where the entrance of the thing is, right? Isn't that, like, the path that we're on? Does
Mhm.
the
like
path
the
continue
pool?
past it, or does the path end here as the entrance?
There, further along the valley, there seems to be some like cave openings at the end of the
Gotcha.
valley.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. That probably makes more sense than trying to swim all the way down this apparently very deep pond well thing. I do wish I could hang out with those fish, though.
Okay. All right. So what happens with Kaine? Nothing. He gets his water and
He just filled his water. All
hey,
right.
Kaine,
Anybody else?
what's up with this water?
Just looked like very good water.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
believable.
Want me to roll deception?
No.
All right.
I feel like
I guess
Kaine
I'll
is
pull my
just
arm out of the.
Breanna, that this kind of thing wouldn't be that out of place.
Rigby's like, would it be bad if I got in the water?
I mean, I stuck my arm in there and
Do
nothing
you want to make an
happens.
intelligence check to see if you would go in the water?
I mean, this isn't intelligence. This is not an intelligence check, I don't think, for Rigby. This is an impulsiveness thing, and he's just trying to get a vibe here. He's
Sure.
like, well, it looks like really cool water.
It's pretty nice. Like, it
Bird.
seems alright to me. Like, I'm pretty sure it's fine.
Bird stuck her hand in there, and Kaine's gonna drink it. Huh. Yeah, sure. And he, like, starts, like, stripping down a bit.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
going to, like, all the way get in there. Okay.
Sure.
And he's like, maybe there's something below it? I don't know. There's, like, always kinds of, like, weird shit and treasure in this kind of place. He's saying this as he's, like, wading into the water.
I mean, like, I guess so. I, like, pull my arm out and, like, kind of try to, like, lick it dry. I don't know.
Okay.
Sort of
Okay,
shake
hold
it a bit, but, like, gotta fix
Alright.
the fur.
So you, Bird, lick the water, thus ingesting the water. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
I'm not very good at that, but we're going to try. 9?
Okay. So,
I die.
no. You come over with this sense of almost like you're getting high, and your pupils, you know, dilate, and you're starting to see funny colors. And what is Bird's deepest desire?
Oh, boy.
I don't really know.
Whatever
I don't
Bird's
think she's
whatever
thought about
Bird's little heart desires most, you start to hallucinate that is happening in front of you.
it. Wow. This is pretty cool, but also, like, I feel maybe Rigby, definitely don't open your mouth in the water. Don't do that.
Kaine,
Yeah.
with your 12 intelligence, you do know that this water has hallucinative properties. But only if you fail with a strong enough with not enough strong enough constitution. Those who are strong enough end up seeing their deepest desires and might even manifest them.
So,
So how long is
how hardy Rigby is from having traveled together.
He is about a 12 out of 20, I would say. But Rigby gets to, like, halfway up his, like, chest in water, and he goes, wait a minute. No, hold on. He wades back up, and then he hands Doffy a rope, and he goes, yep, we learned this lesson in that one cave with that weird Hydra thing. Okay.
Grabbing rope, I guess.
Yeah, and he ties it around himself, and Rigby goes back into the water.
Okay. All right. How far into the water do you get?
He's gonna, like, try and swim underneath it to see if he can see anything, like if there's a bottom maybe or something.
Sure. Okay. So you dive under the water, holding your breath, and you're oddly surprised at how, like, clear straight through you can see. It's as if you're not even in water. It's like as if you got under the surface and you're just, like, staring into open air.
Wow.
Like, it doesn't get a little colder. You don't feel like you're swimming through water. You just feel like you're just existing in open space right now. You do see the bottom of this pond, which, like, just seems to go on. It's like, it feels more like a giant cylinder going completely down now rather than a pond at this point.
Sure.
And you do see the fish towards the bottom. If you swim closer, the more closer you get, the bigger and bigger those fish get.
Oh no. Okay.
And they just keep on with their synchronized swimming lessons.
All right, and I don't see anything down there. Anything of interest?
No, make an athletics. Yeah, make an athletics check for me. See how long you can.
17.
Something. Okay, that's pretty good. So you managed to stay down there for about 3 minutes. Just kind of swimming around, seeing as far as you can go, and like I said, it doesn't really feel like you're in water. And after a while, you start going back up. It seems like you could swim forever down there before you hit the bottom.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, I think he's got a good sense of that, and he doesn't want to try anything unless he has different spells that he knows can help you breathe underwater, but he doesn't have those. Who even knows what that would do? Oh my god. Breathing this water. And so he comes back up, he sort of like shakes his head off with the water and stuff, and he goes, well, that seems like an infinite depth of water that I'm not willing to go down into. Yeah. He looks over back at Bird. Are the pupils still like massively dilated?
The Bird is now like sitting crouched and just kind of like holding her hands together and just kind of staring off in different directions at things.
Gotcha. He looks at Doffy. He goes, thanks for holding the rope. I'm glad I can count on you.
You handed it to me, the smallest, weakest one.
It's true.
He just gestures at Bird and then gestures at Kaine. What? You're obviously going to be my pick for this.
Shaking my head.
Kaine's going to let go of the rope. Bird's high as fuck.
All right.
I'm gonna
Yeah, this did stop me from
my
stealing.
control of the water.
Yeah.
Stacy, can you make me another Constitution saving throw?
Uh-oh.
6.
Okay. You have about another 2 minutes of hallucination before it starts to wear off.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I was
So
a
whatever it
little
was you were
worried
dreaming
that-
of starts to disappear in front of you.
You know, that's
My
kind of
Constitution-
disappointing. But
Did you actually drink it?
You know,
Yeah, just
Okay.
that's fine.
So
I did some up. I didn't take this stuff out of my water skin.
okay, cupped it up and drank it.
Yep.
Okay. So Kaine, as Bird is hallucinating over there and finishing up with their hallucination, you start to see your deepest desires reflecting back at you from the pool. What do you see?
I think Kaine sees ultimate knowledge. Even though he knows that's what got him into trouble in the first place.
All right. So with that being your deepest desire, you see your patron manifest in the waters, and grin back at you before it reaches out towards you, and you see the hand come out through the water and just take a single finger and touches you on the middle of your forehead, and you are blasted off of your feet from the pond, and you fly backwards, taking 6 points of damage
I'm so
From
hurt
your-
from last time.
from your impact.
Somehow.
And you are sprawled out on the floor and convulsing. All the rest of
So-
you see Kaine was like leaning over the pool, just staring intently, and suddenly just like they just flew across the valley a couple of feet and are just now in the grass, like having a seizure.
Okay. I'm gonna crawl over to Kaine and try to figure out what's going on there.
Rigby looks at Doffy again and just gestures at Kaine again.
And probably for like a good 5 or 6 minutes, Kaine, you are just having weird flashes in your head, and like, you know, it's one of those like the universe is passing you by type thing, and like weird math equations of form, and like you hear people speaking different types of languages and whatnot. And when you finally come to, your mind is clearer than it's ever been.
Kaine sits up.
Are you alright, buddy? You kind of, you know, you flew from the pond over here, and then you kind of had a really long seizure. What's up? How's it going in there?
I took a chance, a gamble,
Okay.
see if it pays off.
Okay, and just so you guys are all aware, Kaine is not currently speaking common tongue. Kaine is speaking 3 different languages at the same time in one sentence.
And we all understand
What do
Kaine.
you
If you-
mean?
Draconic, Dwarven, and Abyssal right now are the 3 languages that were coming out of Kaine's mouth. So if any of you speak any of those, you might have picked up some of it.
It was Draconic, Dwarven, and Infernal. Okay.
I don't speak any of those languages,
Nope.
and I speak 4 languages.
Don't speak any of those.
I'm the one who has the helm of comprehend language.
Wait, is it on you right now? Like, is it
Yeah.
on your head, or is it in your bag?
Do you want to take it off me?
I'm gonna if you're speaking this weird language that I don't know.
Yeah, to all of you guys, it just sounded like suddenly weird, different, gerbily, grunting, blah 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 was happening at you guys, and Kaine just has a very serious expression on his face.
Okay, buddy. So, I don't know what you just said. So, I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna like take your thing that you got earlier, your helmet thing for the languages, really quick, and I'm just gonna put that on my head so I know what you're saying. Is that okay?
Can I
Not?
understand them?
Yeah, you can understand them.
They're speaking common.
There's yeah, as far as you understand, they're speaking common.
Kaine nods, looking a bit
Okay.
concerned.
I'm gonna take it off of Kaine and stick it on my head.
All right, you do that.
Okay.
Is this gonna be one of these things where we gotta play hot potato with a hat just so we can understand what he's saying?
Probably.
Did you
All right.
understand what this before?
Rigby has no idea what you said!
Rigby and Doffy have no idea what's coming out of Kaine's mouth. Bird, you understood.
Okay, so just so you know, they still don't know what you're saying. I know what you're saying now because of the thing. Yeah. So take 2. You doing all right in there?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay. Not dying or anything because you looked like you were having a little bit of a hard time on the ground just now.
I don't think I'm dying.
Kaine, you feel fine, by the way. Even though you took damage, you feel fine.
When Rigby, he's like asking for like translations. Like, what is he saying?
Okay. Look,
I
seems
feel better than I ever have.
seems fine. Feels good. I guess feels great. Really. Yeah. What? So what? What happened?
An epiphany.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Am I still
Are
doing
we? I mean, you know,
Looks at Rigby and Doffy.
Rigby is super fucking suspicious right now because he's like, Kaine never says he's doing good. He never says he's doing.
Kaine, by the way, do you have any sort of symbol or anything from your patron?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I assume so, because I've used it before to find others.
Okay. What is it? Is it a talisman or is it a?
I think it's a talisman.
You hear a soft, like if glass were breaking from wherever you're holding the talisman.
I take it out.
It is broken.
Is my pact in place? I get out my pacto.
It's empty.
Right?
oh no.
You sure do. All of them.
All of the spells?
All of them.
What about spell slots?
You're only limited to your level.
Wait, when you say all the spells, do you mean like all the spells?
Your pact tome is empty.
Like when you think about the Warlock spell list, all of them.
Yeah, like.
So I've still only got 2
So,
slots.
Kaine, you are now referred to as a special class called a Broken Warlock.
Do they know all the cantrips?
You have become your own patron.
Do I realize this?
Yes, all at once,
What is
suddenly.
Rigby? I take the crown off of
Rigby can. Yeah, on lick.
Swear your fealty to me. Immediately.
What?
Do it.
Whoa. Wait, what? What is this?
Do it.
I mean, like, we're friends, but, like,
Do it.
Give me you gotta convince me.
So I'm going to look deep into Rigby's.
Oh no.
You know all the spells. Compel me. Like, you can
I
bend me
know
to your
what-
will.
I only have 2 spell slots still. So I'm gonna look deep into your eyes
Yeah.
and let you see the depths of fathomless knowledge that are still now inside of Kaine. And that's an 18.
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh no.
Rigby's just like, fuck, that's some good water. Sure?
I give Rigby a level in Warlock.
Congratulations, Rigby. You are a multi-class into Warlock now.
Do I even have the stats for that?
Probably not.
Wait, hold on. Let me look at the multi-class for that real quick.
Also, Kaine,
The only one I
Rigby is having a
Kaine,
crisis.
take another level, by the way.
What?
You take another level automatically.
Ooh.
I just typed in Rigby Warlock.
Okay, so Kaine, for a little bit of clarification, so you understand now the reason why your patron kind of grinned at you the way they did and acted on so is because this is now a double-edged sword, because you wished for like all the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, you're human, right? Is that what it is?
No, I'm an Aasimar.
Aasimar. Okay. Well, either way, your mortal brain doesn't quite comprehend that type of information so quickly. So knowledge now comes to you kind of sporadically, but when you know it, you know it. you have become like your own patron of what's called the endless seeking. So you now have no hunger for knowledge because in theory you know it all. It's just when it comes to you. So now you can use any spell that are available to a Warlock class, as long as you have the spell slots for it. And if it's something way above your level, I'll just make you have a penalty. Maybe you'll take some minor damage, some psychic damage if you use a really high-powered spell.
So, guys, I can either
That's so
never
ridiculous.
sleep ever again. I can use Speak with the Dead at will. I can use Detect Magic at will. Or I can levitate all the time.
Bro, you do you.
I'm really torn between never sleeping again and just talking with dead people. I might be talking with dead people.
Might be handy in this particular
Right?
scenario.
Okay.
You can change it later.
How much higher is that spell than what you're currently at?
Oh no, it's an invocation.
Okay,
Yeah, it's my 9th level warlock.
gotcha. All right.
I think Speak with Dead is usually a 1st level. It's just that now I can do it whenever I want.
Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty then. Well,
Rigby's like just sitting on the floor, really just like, I don't know what to do with this.
Doffy, what are you doing?
I'm just watching all this unfold. I'm just.
Doffy's chilling while you guys are acting crazy, probably eating a sandwich.
Rigby looks over at Doffy and goes, "You need to drink that water."
No.
I mean, like, seems to vary quite a bit. Because, Kaine, I guess, is like super chill and like really smart now. Not that he wasn't smart before, but and then I just like hallucinated a bunch of stuff. I mean, it was cool stuff.
Did
but,
some good drugs.
Yeah.
I
So,
was just gonna tell Rigby to throw an elemental in the water.
I mean, he
I'm
can.
hoping that Bird's hallucination was that she was like swimming with those fish, and just like they were like your best of friends.
Probably.
I
They
know
were
that's
also probably
what-
like really shiny,
Yeah.
and they had like a nice little like nest thing that
Just a shiny
I'm
paradise.
just chilling in. Yeah, shiny paradise, basically.
Bird doesn't have like a thing that she wants most. It's just what she wants most right now.
Probably. She's very easily distractible.
Can everybody make me a perception check, by the way?
Yeah.
No.
$10. That's unfortunate. I'm really good at that.
13.
Okay. Doffy?
13.
Okay. So Doffy and Rigby, you guys hear a soft screeching sound coming from the caves further across the valley.
It's not the kind of sound I want to hear when everybody's hopped up.
Yeah.
I mean, Rigby's not hopped up. He's just having a weird crisis at the moment. Now that he has a patron.
I mean, Rigby doesn't need much to hear.
Yeah. Does this sound like the weird screeching from the dudes in the gold masks that we had heard?
That sounds more like harpies.
Oh, fuck that. All right. Rigby's like, all right, we can sort this out later. We got to deal with harpies.
Okay. And from the 3 caves fly 3 blood toll harpies that come beelining straight for you guys at the pool.
Okay.
There are these red-skinned, mangy-looking type harpies. They have black feathers, and their faces aren't pretty. Like some harpies are of different species. This one is very like mangled and wide mouth, like the Joker style, like all the way up to their cheekbone type things. Yeah.
Gross.
And they kind of fly around you guys. They haven't engaged yet. They're just kind of circling you guys. As then they all land on the statue of the weeping woman. And they kind of cackle at you guys before they start to speak.
Oh, great. Now I'm being talked down to by a bird.
And they kind of all speak in unison. They talk to you guys, and they're like, yes, yes, taste the waters. They tasted the waters of the weeping. The waters. They keep just repeating themselves at you. And they talk in third person of themselves, and they call themselves Akno, Hakno, and Jump.
It's so hard not to meta. Just because of the subject matter.
Yeah. I tell you that they are seers that can see the future and see what your hearts desire most. But they're also very protective of the waters that you have ingested, claiming that they are theirs alone. Anyways, they tell you that it's fine this time around, though, because it is time that someone inherits the same powers the waters have to offer. And those of you who have not drank from the waters yet, they try to beckon you forwards towards the water. Come, drink the waters. They're good. The powers.
Insight?
Yes.
10.
Okay. You just get some sketchy vibes. You're not really sure.
I just shake my head at them.
They kind of shuffle closer, Doffy, as you refuse to drink the waters. And they kind of like use their feathers and they dip them in the waters and they point the feathers dipped in water out to you. And they go, no, and they lick their feathers, and you can see their pupils start to dilate as they kind of go into different trances, and they start spouting off, stuff about the future and the times of chaos, and those who will wander will always find the answers. And, like weird kind
What
of
about
generic,
the stock market? Do you have any insight in that?
They kind of like stop and like look at you when you say that, and they dip their feathers in water and drink some more and look up in the skies and they go, buy now.
Okay.
They're not very good
I'm just
seers.
gonna walk away from them.
Yeah, I'm with Doffy on this one. I think we just let the weird, like, water high harpies do their thing.
Yeah.
Still need to check out this tomb.
Yeah, we appreciate the offer. I think my friend just turned into a god, and I think my other friend was high for a little bit. So I think we're gonna pass, but maybe we'll come back.
No, you can't leave now. You must drink. We all must drink. We
all float down here. That's great.
As you guys start, I'm guessing the rest of you we're all done
Yeah.
drinking from the water, right? You guys are starting to back away.
Yeah, Rigby's not gonna drink the water.
As you guys refuse to drink the water, the harpies turn hostile on you. So if everybody could roll for initiative.
These stupid harpies.
I only put up with one bird.
I think 5.
Oh. That's funny.
Hell yeah!
27.
Hell yeah! Jesus.
I have a
I mean,
+8.
I don't think he's a part of this pantheon, but still, Jesus.
He is a bit
Jeffrey, with your nat 20, do you have any other bonuses to your
Oh, I guess it's a 22 with my initiative bonus.
Rigby, what was yours?
5. I know, so great, right?
It's a Jeffrey roll, man.
Yeah. I'm not doing too great for the initiative rolls.
I never do.
It's okay. Patron, I don't know what cantrips to take.
I know. We just got that thrown at us, didn't we?
Okay. So the initiative is as follows. It is Bird, followed by Doffy, followed by Jump, Anko, Hanko, then Kaine and Rigby.
Okay, cool. Let's lay these guys out.
Gonna try.
And because they are high as fuck, they aren't able to fly currently. So
Oh, that makes it
Cool.
even better for us.
That helps.
That does help.
alrighty, Bird, it's you're up.
Okay. How far away are they?
They are probably only like 10 feet away from Doffy. Because that's who they were the closest to. They were trying to get him to drink the water. So
Okay.
from the pond, the 3 of them are clustered about 10 feet away from Doffy. Rigby, you're probably like another 5 or 10 feet away from him.
Sure.
Kaine, you're probably the farthest back because you got flung. And then Bird, you're in between Rigby and Kaine.
Okay, so they're like maybe 20 feet away. Something
Yeah.
like that. Okay. Cool. I'm going to, I guess, gonna try to hit them with my longbow. Whichever one. I guess they're all kind of the same distance away from me. I don't know. Shoot, what are their names again? Ochno, Honkno,
Jump,
Jump.
Ochno, and Hanko.
Honko.
Honk.
Okay.
Right? Am I
Honk.
pronouncing these right? Yeah. Hockno, I'm sorry. Ochno, Hockno, and Jump.
Okay. I'll go for Jump, I guess.
Go ahead and
Okay.
jump. Jump.
Jump, 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 jump.
Crisscross? Something? Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Well, I was doing 90s one.
20. Not nat.
Okay, you hit him.
Okay, great. Da, 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 da. Of course I roll minimum damage on a d8. Okay, so 4.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try again because I have 2 attacks.
You also have that hunter ability, right? Or something like that.
Oh, do I think I
Hunter
should
attack?
actually. That's smart. I didn't think about that. I do have that. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, just kidding. Can I say I cast Hunter's Mark first?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So great. Add 2 more damage to
Alrighty.
that. Okay. I'm going to try to smack it again. A lot. I'm on the wrong page. I don't remember. Okay. That's pretty good. So let's see. 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus 3 is 14.
All right, rapid fire
Yay.
arrows pierce straight through Jomp's chest cavity, and you fell the beast.
Oh wow! Already cool. Hey,
All right,
I'm gonna take one of your feathers once the other two are dead.
harpy
Cool.
feathers make great fletching.
Yeah.
Doffy, it's your turn.
Alright, so one's already out.
Yes. Akno and Hakno are left.
Alright, I'm just gonna look to Hawkno and just use Toll of the Dead.
All right.
So they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's a nat 1.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
you
shit.
you take damage.
All right, what's the damage?
Let's see.
What's your damage?
He's about to tell you.
6.
Okay.
Because it wasn't damaged before, so I didn't get to roll the d12s.
Fair enough. Now it's damaged, and you rattled its little brain. And now, since Jump is dead, it is Akno's turn. And she's gonna come defend Hakno from you, and is going to swipe at you with her claws. 15.
That hits.
Okay. So. You take 3 points of slashing damage.
Oh damn. Got it.
Alrighty. And then it is Hakno's turn. That she is also going to take a swipe at you. But she's going to try to bite you instead.
I don't think I
Nope, that's a 7. So
Woo.
her head's still dizzy. Can't quite make it. It is now Kaine's turn.
Jeffrey, have you been traumatized by harpies yet?
I mean, Doffy hasn't, but personally, yeah.
Firebolt. 12.
Who are you trying to hit?
Whichever one's closer to me.
They're both fairly close, so we'll go with Hakno. And yes, you hit.
That's surprising.
Very low AC. They don't exactly wear anything.
Fair enough. This is why I organize my dice. 18 damage.
Wow.
I rolled really well.
While Hakno bursts into flames in front of Jeffrey,
Jeffrey specifically.
feathers and meat go flying everywhere. Well, because Hakno was the one that Jeffrey.
No, you said Jeffrey, not.
Well, Jeffrey's character Doffy. Yes, a harpy appears in front of you, Jeffrey, in your room. Splatter. All right, so Hakno is dead. Kaine, do you have anything else for us?
Nope.
All right, Rigby, you're up.
Okay.
My bonus action, trying to remember how to speak just common.
Sure, roll an intelligence for me.
God, speaks every language.
Natural one.
Nope. You know every other language in the book.
This could be a problem.
Yeah. All right, Rigby.
Rigby, hold on. Rigby's trying to understand how good he is at certain things. He looks at Kaine and, like, I'm assuming it's the Great Old One pact, and does, like, the mind link thing, and he goes, so this is, like, a thing now? Like, in his brain. All right, and he just reaches up his hand and he casts Eldritch Blast.
Excellent.
Whichever one's closest.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
All right, so Akno's the only one left.
Yeah, I'll try and hit that one. That's an 18 to hit,
Excellent, you do.
and I think that's 2d10 because I'm above. I don't know how that works. It's total level, right? I don't multi-class very often.
Yes.
Wait, for
Yeah.
what?
For multi-class Warlock, right?
For just an Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, because it's 2 beams at 5th level, but I'm 5th
Is
level
it
total.
for every level of Warlock?
I really don't know. I kind of have a gap in knowledge here.
No. I think it's just 2 beams.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But
Okay.
you can't take it. Yeah.
Oh, that means I have to roll
You're only
another
level
attack.
1 Warlock.
And the other one was an 8.
Okay, so what was that?
I could have used the other.
What was that total?
So it was an 8 to hit for the first one, and a 18 to hit for the. Sorry, 8 to hit for the second one, 18 to hit for the first one.
Okay, for first one does hit.
And that was 5 damage.
Okay. Right to the chest. You knock her over, and she starts to fall into the pool of water. Tries to pull herself back up. And anything else on that one?
That's all. I mean, that's my action. I don't really know what else to do. I think Rigby is also just like, I am shooting things out of my hands.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
would let her die in the pool.
A bird, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shoot an arrow at her. A lot. 24?
You definitely hit.
24.
Okay,
Okay.
I think I got everything good down.
Plus Hunter's Mark transfers. Right.
Yeah, it can, but I think everyone's dead.
No, I killed the second
No,
one.
there's one left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
there's
there's
three
one
of
left.
them.
The one that's
Oh,
swimming
I
in
see,
the
I
pool.
see.
Yeah.
I thought the
Yeah,
bird killed
that's
one.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, bird did kill one, but
And then I killed one.
So there's 3 of them.
Yeah, and the third one's
I
not
thought
dead
you just
yet.
killed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Rigby knocked it over.
No.
Bird's on it. Bird's on the case.
Yes. Okay. Wow, that's really good. Well, it's definitely dead now.
I
Okay.
really
That's 15
Yep.
points of damage.
Yeah, you send multiple arrows into Akno and kill it while it's drowning in the pool.
Thunk, thunk, thunk. Does the pool turn does blood spread in it, or does it still remain that pure blue, clear color?
It remains that pure blue color. And funny enough, no blood seeps out of this harpy, as she just rapid sinks all the way to the bottom of the pool.
I mean, I kind of wanted those arrows back, but that's fine, I guess. I'm gonna go pull some feathers out of one of the other harpies.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Also, my other arrows.
All right. So you go and you get the harpy feathers. I'm gonna say you collectively take about 30 harpy feathers with you that are in good
That's awesome.
pristine order.
Yes.
Cool. All right, let's hit up that cave, yo.
Let's finally do what we came here to do.
I know. Was not expecting the whole pool of water thing.
that was
Alright.
a surprise.
All right. So you guys, Jesus, this is a lot more of this than I thought. I'm gonna summarize. Anyway, so you guys climb up into the caves that the harpies were staying in, and you find 2 smaller caves and one cave that seems bigger, like maybe it's got a path that leads through it. And between the 3 caves, you guys managed to find 39 pieces of gold.
We won't take
7
it.
unique little carved stones that have random different deity symbols on them. Those are worth 25 gold each, so there's 7 of those.
I'm not writing any of this down, so hopefully.
I am.
Okay.
You find a potion of climbing.
Okay.
And a spell scroll of sleep.
Well, I know who doesn't need that. Okay.
All right. All right. So the main cave just has a straight back, like walkway through it. Like it just keeps going for a while. You can feel a soft breeze coming through the cave, as if it has something at the end of the tunnel.
Rigby looks at the group and he goes, "So, being the human, I can't see in the dark. So, do we want to do this stealthy where you guys lead me and I'm blind, or do you want me to put up some lights?"
Here, wait just a second. And
Hmm?
I'll, do you have, what's your weapon that you have out?
I
or
use
something?
I use like a short sword or a dagger. I mean, I can cast light. Like I have.
I can
light
also
stuff.
cast light, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
I pick something on you. I
Rig-
touch your armor, and suddenly you're glowing.
Yeah, Rigby was more asking for like how stealthy you guys want to be, but now he's just a
Oh.
giant beacon in the tunnel.
You might as
I
well
mean-
go.
Okay, and so Rigby's like, "All right, so I'll be the distraction then. I'm at least nimble enough to get out of the way, so I'll go first." And he starts to walk into the corridor.
All right. So you're walking along for a little while. It feels like maybe an hour or so has passed. You feel yourself descending and ascending and going around bends and whatnot. You're not really sure where you would be at this point. Any attempts to look at the map where you are kind of is just met with weird rocks. It's like it's not sure about going underground. But as you round a bend, you start to hear a coughing, choking coming from a little further in. Like someone's dry heaving and kind of coughing out their lung.
I look at Bird, who's probably like re-upped the spell, and I'm just like tapping my armor, just like,
Okay. I'm just don't.
yeah. And I think Rigby uses his weird mind link thing to tell everybody what he's hearing.
All right. So you guys understand that there's somebody around the bend. Can't quite see it yet, but there's hacking coughs coming up. It sounds like somebody's having a hard time breathing.
And Rigby just kind of sits on the floor waiting because he can't see anything anymore.
Sure.
Okay. I guess I'll go peek around the corner.
Alrighty. So you pop your head out around the corner and you see the biggest minotaur you've ever seen in your life.
How many minotaurs have you
I was
seen?
gonna say, have I seen a minotaur before? I feel
Seen
like
an
I probably
average
haven't.
minotaur. They're normally
It's
for
only
sale
like-
in the market.
it's
Some
only
I've
like 3
seen
feet tall.
bad
Sell
illustrations
them
in
a-
books.
Yeah. You know how tall they're supposed to be versus a human and whatnot, but this is huge. However, that being said, this is also the oldest, most decrepit looking minotaur you've ever seen. It's got gray mixed in throughout its brown fur. It's got like a long billy goat type goatee happening. And it is actually, it's wearing clothes, it's wearing finery. They are tattered and in pieces, but they were once fine robes of white fur and red silks and very elegant cloak and a fine belt that's been etched. This minotaur wears a dented crown upon its brow. This looks like it's seen better days. There are no gems left in it, like if they've been plucked out or fallen out a long time ago. One of the horns is just a jagged stump, like it was lost in a battle a long time ago. He wields a very rusted, heavy-looking great axe. He's dragging along in the dirt as if he's tired. And strapped upon his back is a large 30-pound clay amphora.
A what?
An amphora. So
Okay.
it's a giant vase.
Jug. Saying.
Mhm.
Rigby cast Mind Link, right? So can I talk back? I don't know how that works. Okay.
You have to reach out.
Great.
I didn't hear anything that Jardin just said.
I didn't hear
Sorry, I was
anything,
muted.
anything
I was saying if you just tap on Rigby's shoulder, he just kind of like blip into your head. He's like, "What's up?"
Oh, well, there's like really big minotaur, but it also looks really, really old, but also it's got these like clothes on, like fancy, or they were fancy once. And there's like a crown, and one of its horns is messed up, and it's also got like a big axe, and also like there's a big vase strapped to its back.
So what are we thinking? Cursed or bound? Like was it a person that's a minotaur? Maybe it's just a.
I don't know. I've never met any minotaurs.
Do you want me to
Should
go
we
talk to him?
talk to it? I don't.
Can I make a history check?
Sure.
Do I get advantage now?
Yeah.
His name is Jeff. He's
He
400
works in
years old.
accounting.
Yeah.
Not quite good enough. Something about this scenario sounds very familiar to you, though.
I mean, he's a king. He's a minotaur.
Well, he's got the crown anyway.
I can go talk to him. Do you want me to go talk to him?
Yes.
Okay. Rigby
Wait.
gets up.
You can't see anything though.
By the
Well,
way, I should specify, obviously, the chamber that the minotaur is in is lit. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess we can see then.
And Rigby just kind of like straightens himself up a little bit. He now knows the prestidigitation cantrip because he's a warlock, so he just kind of cleans himself off. And he's just like, that's really cool. Okay. And he just kind of like strolls into the room and he goes, hello.
So at the clack, clack, clack of your boots on the stone, this giant old minotaur whips around. And at first looks a little bit concerned, and then his face brightens up. And he goes, "Ah, hail, adventurer. My name is Antigonus. I welcome you to my humble abode."
And Rigby puts on as much of his royal flattery as he can because of the whole crown thing. He doesn't know the situation, and he just gives the deepest bow he can, and he goes, "Thank you very much for your welcome. I am new to the area and was curious what you could tell me about your domain and the surrounding areas."
Ah, I see. I was hoping one such fine adventurer as yourself was here to finally relieve me of my duty. But yes, I shall of course tell you of the surrounding caves. And he gets really kind of sad and disappointed.
Oh, were you hoping for like
Can
a
I-
trial by combat and then I overtake your place as guardian?
No, nothing quite so
Okay,
brutish.
okay. All right.
No. I was hoping you'd prove a worthy enough heir to inherit my kingdom.
Oh.
And just to be clear, this cave is not the kingdom.
I see.
This is just the place where I got sent to.
Well, if you don't mind, could I invite some of my party into the room so that they could also hear about your life and times and surrounding areas, blah blah, blah that you're guarding in the kingdom?
There are more? Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Bring them all. Yes, we shall have a great feast.
Rigby raises an eyebrow at that, but it's just like, all right, guys, come on in. Seems fine.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So as you guys enter the cave, Antigonus is trying to find chairs and anything else that he can bring about to show you guys any sort of goodwill. Finds a pitcher of water that's not broken. He says he doesn't have cups, unfortunately, but
it is okay.
And once again introduces himself. He says, "I am the great Minotaur King Antigonus of the Oranad Mountains. I have been sent here to find a worthy heir to take over my kingdom, as my days are short and I do not have long to live. But my kingdom needs a strong warrior to lead it." And he goes on to explain that he was cursed by Mogus because he defied his war orders and made his only beloved child sickly and frail. And in the Minotaur culture, one such as that cannot inherit the title of king. So he has been tasked with finding such a worthy enough heir, or else to be, tragically lost pretty much and lose his entire kingdom and culture, and his people will just vanish outright.
Oh, that's
Rigby. Go ahead.
that's unfortunate. That seems like a strange system to use for does everybody just die? Like they're just there and then they're not there?
Yes, the entire race of Minotaurs from my kingdom will just cease to exist.
Well,
To be completely honest, I'm not
good.
really entirely certain how that's supposed to work, but you never mess with the gods.
Seems smart, yeah. Okay, well, I guess. Well, I don't know. Now what? Rigby?
Rigby's just kind of like twirling his dagger in his hand, and it's just like, okay, all right, let me just clear some stuff up first. You're looking for an heir. You need your son not to be cursed. Did you drink the water outside?
Yes, it just made me hallucinate that my son was not sick, and
Gotcha.
made me come
Okay,
off the
so
skin.
that didn't work for you.
Gave me pretty bad diarrhea.
Now how far? Sorry about that. How far is your kingdom from here? Why are you in this cave?
Where's your son?
Because this is the Ketchtown Mountains, not the Oranad Mountains.
I do not know how long I've been here. Also, I have never heard of the Kachatan Mountains before.
Maybe that's
and for why I'm here, this is where my lord Mogus had sent me. And I cannot venture past the valley or beyond this cave. It's a rather very boring life.
Gotcha. Trapped guardian. Do you know anything about the Court of Orestes? We're looking for a dude, follower of Phanex, maybe some sort of thief man. The Returned? Any of that make any sense to you?
Vaguely. It's all hazy.
Yeah, a lot like that valley outside. Okay. Rigby looks around the room to see if there's any, like, bodies around, like skeletal remains.
No, there's nothing here. There's it looks like the small setup of a lost man. There's a like a bedroll in one corner of the cave and what little meager belongings he has, and if there's any bones and stuff like that, it's from the little bit of meat he's probably got in a corner, but it looks like animal bones, not really people bones.
Gotcha.
How far did you travel to get here?
I do not know. I simply woke up in this cave one day and with this giant thing upon my back. He gestures to the amphora.
What's inside of it?
Nothing. It's empty.
Mm,
There
Then why
are...
are you carrying it around?
He cannot take it off.
Why?
He cannot leave his person. He can take it off of his back and carry it, but he can't put it down.
Okay, but if there's nothing in it, then what's the point?
I believe that the strongest warrior I can fit inside of this is the true heir that shall inherit my kingdom.
That's a very
wait.
weird, specific. So you're really just looking for someone that fits in the jug.
But they also have to be really strong.
So you
I
need
mean,
to put a
okay,
strong
sure.
person in a jug,
Yes,
and then your curse will be broken?
I sure hope so.
So what if one of us just like crawls in there? Like, what would happen?
It's unknown what would happen. And also, your remove curse actually gets dejected. You get this weird sense that there's some godly powers at work here.
Is there anything
Okay.
like on the amphora?
The amphora shows
So, do I lose my spell slot?
no. It just like fizzles out.
Okay.
The amphora shows depictions of like strong looking humans that have had like minotaur horns like crudely painted on them, like they were an addition added on. Like different types of different races of strong looking individuals. Just like, and again, like it looks like a child almost like painted on minotaur horns onto them.
Weird. But like nothing bad is happening on it anywhere.
Nope, they look like they're posing or like doing battle or anything that
Strongman.
shows that they're a strong individual. Strong man, strong.
Kail, is there any way out of this room? Like, do the caverns go deeper into what we would assume would be the court, or?
Yeah, it keeps going.
Okay. And Rigby looks at Antigonus and is just like, so if we leave, like, we'll probably have to come back this way since it seems to be a one way in, one way out kind of situation. But if we leave, you're not like compelled to attack us for any reason.
No.
Okay, that's great. I really don't want tetanus.
So like, okay, but
I'm not very strong. We're all not very strong.
I mean, I'm like all right strong. I'm like 15
I mean,
strong.
like Bird's like the strongest.
What size is everybody? Obviously, Doffy's considered a small creature.
Medium.
All are you
I
considered
think
medium?
we're all medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Antigonus tells you all but the little one may try the test, as you all look like fairly capable individuals.
I mean, I'm quick, but I'm not that strong.
I mean, what's the test? Do I literally just like crawl in there?
He just wants you to crawl in and see if you fit.
Okay, well, I guess I'll crawl in the jug. Can I reach it? It's really tall. It's on his back.
Yeah, he like squats down to like let you climb inside of it.
Okay, well, I'll kind of clamber up in there, I guess.
Okay. So you get...
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. Well...
Like, nice and closed space.
Okay.
I am a cat, so you know.
Yeah. If it fits, it sits.
Your head can fit. Like rats.
Okay. Well, you fit.
So you sit.
You fits. You sits in the pot. It actually
Cool.
feels very comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too tight. It's not too small. Fits just right. It actually feels almost like you're snuggling into it.
Hmm. It's nice in here.
Antigonus lights up as you fit so comfortably within the amphora, and goes, "Ah, finally, a worthy heir." And like actually manages to put the amphora down and like walk away. He goes, "Oh yes, it has been revealed to me. You shall inherit my kingdom." And literally just starts stripping, like start taking his crown off, starts taking his cloak off, takes off his belt
Dang.
pouch,
Okay.
and like just throws it all at you within the amphora. And he goes, "Finally, I am free," and just runs out of the cave.
I thought he was gonna.
Okay. Bye. Do
Um,
I have to do I have to keep this stuff?
It's yours now. You have officially become the king of the Orenod Mountains. You are unsure where that kingdom is, but you are now the king. Also, his belt pouch contained 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
And you gain a nice.
Out of the jug.
Yeah, except the jug is the same size as me, so like how am I supposed to take this
Can
anywhere?
Bird get out?
I mean, I got in. I assume I can get back out.
Try to get back out, please.
Okay, fine. I'll try to get back out.
Okay, you get out.
Yeah.
You
It's
kind of wiggle
fine.
your butt a little bit, but you get out.
And Bird be not touching it.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest coronation I've ever seen. Rigby picks up the crown, hands it to Bird, and goes, "Here's your crown. It's pretty shiny."
It is really shiny. It's also really big, I assume.
Also,
know what
Stacy,
size
as you think about the amphora a little bit, it starts to shrink to accommodate you.
Well, that's way more convenient. But also, it was kind of nice to sit in there. So, like,
It grows
maybe
at the
it'll get
thought
bigger
of being
again.
a bigger amphora.
That's really nice. That's convenient. I like
So
that a
could
lot.
you make it like thimble-sized?
Would it?
You can
Would
you
it
can
be a
now
good
drink
idea
or
to
grow
put
this
it?
amphora at your will.
Would this go okay if I put it in a bag of holding?
It's probably fine. So as you pick it up, you also notice that it now is filled with a very fine wine.
Close that. Save it for later, I guess. I don't know if it's magic wine. Maybe it is. It's a magic jug anyway.
All right, then.
Is there like a set amount of wine in the jug, or like if I make it bigger, do I also get more wine?
Yes, so it's filled to the top with wine. It will not spill anywhere you toss it, and as it grows bigger, it is filled to the brim still with wine.
Cool, we have infinite wine now, guys.
It also changes wine to whatever preference you have of wine.
That's rad.
Oh, infinite whatever.
Can we change it into coffee?
Unclear. I think it has to be an alcoholic beverage.
No.
I don't remember what they called the coffee either.
I think we called it Western brew.
Bean juice.
I didn't take notes on that.
I'm pretty sure it was Western brew.
Yeah. Great. Cool. Rigby looks at the group. For a dungeon, this has been oddly, like, suspiciously easy, right? we had to drink some water, stab some birds. No offense, bird, and
I mean, it's
get in
fine.
a jug.
I'm not an actual bird. Also, I guess I'm a king now.
Yeah,
Of some place that I don't know.
Your Majesty.